Hello everyone, welcome to D4Drupal channel, and today we are going to see about content types in Drupal 8 and 9. So let's see how to create a content type in Drupal 9. So you have to move under structure. In structure you have to navigate to the content types. So here you can see the existing list of content types. So you can add new content type, and content type is a configuration entity here. So you can move the content type from one environment to another environment. Let's see how it is working at the end of this video. Okay. So first let's create a content type. So I'm going to create a content type for D4Drupal. Okay. So, and description is not mandatory. So this is the submission form settings. This is contains a set of fields. First one is a title field label. So what is the label for the title field? And next one is preview option. Do you want to see preview of the content which you created before submitting? You can use this feature. And next one is explanation or submission guidance. This will appear at the top of the content creation or edit page. You can give the help text for your content type. So let's create some help text. Help text for D4 Drupal content type. So you can give whatever you want. Content type. So the next setting is a publishing option. So here, when you create a content, if you want to make it available to the anonymous by default, you have to make it published by default. And promote to front page, sticky at the top of the list. These are the flags. You can use it in the views when you create a content listing page. And next one is a revisioning. So create new revision in the sense it will be used to track the content, how it is the version of the content we can handle by using the revision. Okay. So next one is language settings. So my Drupal instance is a single language website. So by default the language will be default English. So next one is display settings. So when the content is created, if you want to display who has created it when, so you can use these settings to make it available in the front end. And next one is menu settings. So when you create a content, you can make the content to be available in the front end. So for that reason, you can use these settings. So by default, the menu will be main navigation. Let me showcase the feature with the user account menu. Okay. So that's it. And I'm going to save and move to the manage fields page. So here it's a manage fields page. So by default, the Drupal will add the field called body, and title will not be appear here. So it will be a default field. It will be a base field here. So let me create one more field as an entity reference. So let's create a new field for entity reference. So entity reference means we are going to refer another entity inside this. Okay. So I'm going to create entity reference for content. So you can use even the terms. So let's take terms, and the label will be reference field. Okay, reference field. So I'm going to save and continue. So here you can give the cardinality. So how many value do you want to apply for this field? So currently I'm going to give for unlimited. So you can give n number of value to this field when the content is created. And the next one is here you can give the help text for the reference field. So this is the help text for the reference field. Okay. So, and then you can make it required. And here this is the reference method. This is default. You can do the autocomplete action by using the views even. So the next one is a vocabulary. We have only one vocabulary here, and that is a tag based. So I'm going to click it tag. And next one is you can give the default value here. I'm not going to give any default value. And the next is save settings. So field is a configuration entity configurations here. So you can move the field settings from one environment to another environment. So we will see the configuration path at the end of the session. So next one is the manage form display. So let's move to the manage form display. So here you have the all the fields which is available in your content type. So you can have all the fields here. So first one is a title, and these are the field set fields which is available in the right side of the content creation page. So you can select the language, which language the content should be belongs to, and authored by who is creating the content, and authored on when the content is created, and promote to front page and sticky at the top. Those two are the flags. You can use it in views to make it promoted to the front page, or always stick at the top of the list. You can use it there. And URL allies for the node page. So you can give your own allies if you want. And published option, this is also boolean value, and this is representing the content should be published, and if it is published, it will be available for the anonymous. If it is not, it will not be available as to the anonymous. Okay. And next one is a body field, and we are giving text area with summary. So you can have a summary field in the body fields. And next one is a reference field which we created now, and currently it is belongs to the autocomplete. You can give some other options also here, and you can rearrange the fields here based on your requirement. So let me drag and drop. So by default, title, body, reference will be the order. So let's make it body at the end and reference field at the middle. Okay. So these are the field set fields. So this will be comes under the right side. So no need to worry about that. And save the fields. So if you want to disable some of the fields here, you can make it disable. We will see it when we create the content. Okay. And next one is a manage display. So here, this is the manage display. So manage display represents the view page of the content. When you view the content, how the content should be visible to the anonymous user, that you need to handle here. Okay. So default we have two view modes. You can have many number of modes, and you can make it enable here. So what is the use of view modes here is that, so when you have multiple view modes and multiple configurations, so you can use it in view when we display the content in the list. Okay. So currently we are not going to see about views. So let it be how it is. So here we are displaying the links and body and the reference field. So that's it. And teaser mode, if you want, you can configure as like the default. Okay. Next one is a manage permissions. So here you can manage the permission of the content creation. Who can create, who can edit, who can delete the content, and who can revert the revisions. I will tell you what the revision when we create a content. Okay. So that's it about the content configurations. So let's move to the content creation page. So I'm going to move to content, add content inside that D4Drupal which we created recently. So once you created, here you can see the title field is there. I already told title field is base field which will be come when we create the content. So you can change the label of the title field as like I mentioned by changing the label here. Okay. So here we have mentioned title, right? So I can make it as name. So once you make it name, so here you can notice the title will be changed to the name. Okay. So that is how you can use it. Okay. And so the next one is the reference field. So this is the reference field which we created, which is referring to the taxonomy term. So let's see what taxonomy term contains. Okay, this is the tag which we referred now. So this is the authority. It has ABC tag. Let me create one more tag as D4Drupal. Okay. So let me create a tag and save here. So what is the purpose of tagging is that you can tag multiple content it will be like a grouping or segregating the content based on the category. You can use it for terms, okay? So now we have created a new term called D4Drupal, and there is a new term called ABC tag already. So let's search A. When you search A, you can see ABC tag and Drupal. This contains A, so this is also coming. So ABC tag, so it will come ABC. So this is called autocomplete. So D4Drupal. So you can select D4Drupal here. So we are using these settings based on the manage form display. So you can change your own settings here. So there is a new option called autocomplete tag style. So it means that you can create your own tag on the fly. So which means that when you want to add a content for specific category, but the category is not available there. Okay. So that time you can create your own here. So let's see how to do this. This is the tutorial for deep understanding of content types. Okay. So deep understanding of content types, and this is belongs to Drupal, right? So I'm going to mention Drupal, and Drupal is not there. You can mention multiple by comma separated. So this is the help text we added when we create a field. I think you remember it. And here we have a body field. You can give the whatever xxx, that's it. Okay. And here you make it publish or unpublished. Let me showcase first without publish, and next time we will see publish. Okay. So before submitting, you have a preview option to preview the content, how it is going to appear in the front end, right? So let me click on the preview option. So it's throwing error. Let's see what error it is. There is no taxonomy term matching in Drupal. Okay, so it is saying that for Drupal, there is no taxonomy term available in the Drupal. Okay. So why we are getting this error is that we didn't enable some settings here. So let me create it. So you have to go to the edit field of that and you need to click here. So create refer the entity if they don't already exist, which means if the particular term is already not there, create it on the fly. So we are going to mention create it. Okay. So this settings has to be enabled. So once you enabled, and I'm going to submit it. Let's see what happens. So when you submit, so you can see that the content is submitted successfully. So you can go to the terms to see the available number of terms. So now we created a Drupal tag on the fly by using that field settings. Okay. So now we created a content and the content is not published, right? So let me open this content in the private window. So here you can see the content is access denied for the anonymous. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to allow it to anonymous to make it publish. So once you publish, when you go and refresh here, now you can see the content as anonymous users. So this is how we need to handle the permission by using the published options. So this is the basic feature which is come with Drupal. So you can have advanced feature for the content moderation. There are a lot of modules available in Drupal. You can use those to make it more flexible. So the next one is, so let me create a menu as I mentioned in the previous. So we can create a menu here, right? So let me showcase how to do it. Okay. So I'm going to make it as a menu and the title will be the same and it should be under the user account menu and I'm going to save the content. So you can see the here. So user account menu contains my account, logout, and there is a new menu called deep understanding of content type, which is created by using the menu settings of the node. Okay. And the next option is URL alias. So when you save the content and when you view it, it is redirecting you to the node/4 page, right? You can notice it. Okay. So it will be not good to show in the front end for end users. So in that case, you can go and edit and you can change the URL like whatever you want. So like a deep understanding of Drupal. So I'm going to remove off letter here. So I'm deep understanding Drupal. Sorry, deep understanding of content type, right? So let's say content type. So let me save the content. So when you see the URL now, the path has to be started with slash. Okay. Let's, it should be start with a slash. So once you create it, so you can see the URL as deep understanding content type. Okay, the URL alias is created successfully. And this is the authoring info. Authoring info contains who created, when created. Okay, it's a promotion option as I mentioned already. If you want to promote to the front page and sticky, these options you can use it in the view settings to apply it in all the pages. Okay, so then, and that's it about this. Let's move to the revisioning. So this is the revision tab which we have. So here you can see there is two revisions. One is created 13 2, which means 1 o'clock 2 minutes, sorry. And next one is within 1 minute we have edited again, right? This is the current revision. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one more revision with changing the revision log here. So title I'm going to add new. Okay, so I made a changes in title. Made changes in title. Okay, this is the revision log message. So it will be useful to track the content and revisioning. So I'm going to save it. And when you go to the revision tab, here you can see the what changes we have made on this particular version of the content. Okay. So this is the, so when you view the content, you can see the deep understanding of content type -new, right? So after 2 days or 3 days, I want to revert the content back to the old version. Means what you have to do, you can do on immediately also, correct? So I'm going to revert the previous version of the content. Okay, so let's now we reverted, and when you move to the content and when you see there is no new, right, it went because we reverted the previous version. Okay, and that's it about the revisioning. So this is the manage display settings. Let's see how does it works. So before that, let me showcase one more thing here. So what I'm going to do here is that I am going to disable the sticky at top of the list and the promote to front page. Okay. So I don't want to make it available in the creation and edit page of the content because I'm not going to use this feature for this particular content type. So I'm going to save it. So we have to do it these settings in the manage form display. Okay. Once you've completed that, when you go and edit your content, in the right side, you will not see the promotion option. See, authoring, after authoring, nothing is there because we disabled those options in the manage form display. Okay. And the next one is manage display. So as I already mentioned, manage display works at the view page of the content, right? So see, here we have the manage display. So here we have mentioned links, body, and the reference type, reference field. So this is the body field and this is the reference field. We don't have any link, so the link is not available here. And this is the content created by who and when. We are displaying it because we enable the option in the content type edit page, right? That's it. Okay. So you can rearrange here and you can disable the label here. So once you did it, when you go here, the reference field will not be available there because the label is removed and the field will be rearranged. Let me reload and show you. So you can see that field is rearranged. Okay. So the next one is that I'm going to edit page and I will show you how the authoring info is shown. So here display settings, we have enabled the display author and date information, right? That's why this is displaying here. Okay, and one more thing we forget that we added a help text for this page, right? So we didn't notice it. So this is the help text which we added when we created the content type, right? Help text for D4Drupal content type. So this will be available here. This we created here, right? So that is available there. And you can delete the content by clicking here and you can delete it. Okay. So the node is a content entity which we cannot move from your Drupal site to one Drupal environment to another, but you can move the content type, full settings, fields, manage display, manage form display, and the permission, all you can move from one environment to another environment. Okay. Let's see how we can move the settings from one environment to another environment. So I'm going to show you how many YMLs will be generated for this particular content. Okay. So for that you need to navigate to the configuration development, configuration synchronization export page. First there will be a one YML file which is created for the content type alone. Which means for default Drupal content type there will be one YML file. So I am going to select the content type here and this content type name of D4Drupal, and this is the D4Drupal content types. Okay. So this is the one settings which is created for the content type. So node.type.D4Drupal. Okay. So once that is done, and next one is there is a settings called base field override. So base field override is the next configuration which will be created by default when you create a content type. Okay. So we have and this is for the title field. So we have changed the title field to name, right? So this is the base field override for the default Drupal. So this is the settings for the default Drupal. Okay. And this contains the base field which is title. Next one is the under manage fields we have the list of fields, right? So each field will have the settings for this content types. Okay. So let's see first about the reference field. Okay, we have a reference field, right? So which is a field storage. So when you come to field, there will be two YML file for each fields. One will be the storage and one will be the settings. So let me tell you why we have two and what those two contains. Okay. So here when you move to here and when you go to edit and field settings, so here this is called field storage and field settings. Okay, this is represented as field settings. So what is field storage is that when you go and add field, here you have a reuse option, new option, right? So when you create a field with a particular field, this we call it as a field storage. Okay, why we have two fields is that we have an option to reuse an existing field, which means when you use the already available field, the number of tables in the database will get reduced. And the next one is that both field will use the same storage settings, which means there will be one YML storage setting for the both field, but the field settings will be the different for both fields. So that's why we have two fields here, and those two fields will use the same table in the database. It will not use the multiple tables. Both fields will use the same tables. Okay, that's why we have two options. So for reference field, I will tell you how many is created. So field storage, there will be one, and then those here. This is the field reference field which we created. So here it will be having a settings which is general for that field. Okay, it's dependent module is taxonomy term because this field belongs to the taxonomy term, and what it is entity type is node, what type of field it is, It contains all this, okay? It will not have anything else, okay? So this is the cardinality represents the limited number of data we can pass. So we have mentioned unlimited. Unlimited is represented as -1, 4. If you make it 1, 2, 3, the numbers will be listed here, okay? So next is the field settings. So next is the field settings. Here you will be having a reference field. So here you can see this field belongs to which content type and what are the field settings it has, which means the field specific settings. So here you can see it contains all the details and target. It should be belongs to which vocabulary. All the details this YML will contains. Okay. It should be auto-created. Yes, it should be auto-created on the fly if it is not already exist. All the details will be available here and all these settings are field specific. So when you create a field, there will be two YML field in your backend and those will be created by using this field settings. Okay. And that's it about the field settings here. And let's move to the manage form display. And manage form display will be here as entity form display. Okay. So entity form display represents how the data should be visible in the editorial interface. So when you click on the entity form display and when you click, you have to select which content type you want to do. I want to do it for the node D4Drupal default. Okay. So this tells you the weight of the field, which should come at the first, which should come at the second, and which should be disabled or see. Promote to front and sticky, we made it hidden, right? So it comes under the hidden. So all the manage form display settings will be represented in the file called core.entityFormDisplay node. The content type name .default. Okay. So next one is that's it about the entity manage form display. And next one is a manage display. So when you go to the manage display, you can notice that there is a two view mode. One is a default and one is a teaser, right? So which means how many YMLs will be in the backend? Is that there will be two YML file because we have a two view mode here. So one is a default and another is a teaser. So let's see how it is here. Okay. So this is represented as a entity view display. Okay. Manage display is represented as a entity view display. So here you have to mention default and teaser. See, both displays are there, right? So on default, let me change to another. Okay. Because the Ajax is not open. So here default. So default contain what are the fields we configured in the field display. So manage display. And teaser contains what are the fields we configured in the teaser mode. Okay. And that's it about the manage display. And next one is a manage permissions. So let's see how the manage permission is handled. So the next display is a manage permission. When you move to the manage permission, here you can see the permissions for this particular content type. Okay, so let me show you one example. Okay, first what we will do, first we will enable this permission. Before that, let's see how this is appearing in the people permission page. Okay, so this is the page where we have a permission for all the Drupal features. Okay, so here let's see for the edit any content. See here for edit any content for the Drupal 4, there is no permission for the anonymous. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to give edit any content permission for the anonymous and I'm going to save it. So once you saved it, when you go and refresh here you can see the permission is added here. So which means there is a form. This is going to work on that page also, even this page also. Okay, both doing the same actions. So which means that there will not be any separate YML or configuration file for that particular content type. So this permission is getting added to the global permission. So how we can move these permissions from one environment to another environment is that you have to do that by, okay, the tab is closed. Let me open the configuration page. So export page. So here there is a single item, and here you need to click the roles. So we are adding the permission for the roles, right? So you have to click the role, and for which role we added the permission for the anonymous. So anonymous, you can see the permission is added as edit any D4Drupal content type contents. Okay. So this is how we can move your uh, content type configuration from one environment to another environment. And I hope you all clear about what content type is and how we can use it, what are the features available in content type for the Drupal. Okay. And that's it about today's session. I'm Saranya Ashokumar and I have 6+ years of experience in Drupal. And I'm a Drupal trainer and tech lead from PrayaLabs. Okay. And that's it. Thank you. Please, if you like the video, please share, like, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye.